Hi everyone, welcome back to Lablanda Yoga with another session. This time, strong arms, strong you. We're going to be working on arms today and a bit of upper body and balancing. So come to a comfortable seated position with your hands on your knees and breathe. Welcome, by the way, to the German Palatinate forest that's in the background behind me, and that big rock that you see over there is the Beilstein that used to be a German fortress. Very old. It's the remains of it. Very beautiful spot to go in the mornings. And while you're here, you can also listen to the birds. Keep your eyes closed, and I'll leave you to it for now. Start breathing through your nose. Inhale, deep inhales and deep exhales. And then place your left arm to the side and reach the right arm overhead. Look up and side stretch. Keep breathing. Nice inhales and exhales here. Feel the stretch on the side of your body and come back up. Exhale to the other side. Reach your arm overhead and look up. And we're just resting with our lower arm on the floor here. We're not pushing down, just supporting our body. And then slowly coming back up. Now move your left arm across and hold on to it with your right hand. Stretching out our shoulder here to create some space for our poses later on. And then switch to the other side. Really nice. Keep your shoulders low as well. I went there really early because that's a really touristy spot, so a lot of people come there during the day. Alright, shake off your arms and come to child's pose. You can widen your legs here if you like. You can take your knees as wide as the mat. Place your forehead on the floor and your arms are extended in front of you. Slightly open up our hips here. You can hear the church bells in the background. I live right next to a church, so sorry about that. Just breathing nicely, reminding ourselves of the things that we're grateful for. And now walk your arms to the right side to give your upper body another side stretch. And now come back center and walk yourself to the left side. And by the way, I'm sorry that the video is not horizontal, it's vertical today. That's because I forgot my tripod at home and I had to put my phone up this way, otherwise it would have fallen down. Come back to center. Another breath here and then slowly come up to tabletop position. Preparing for cat-cow. So inhale, look up, arch your back. Exhale, round your spine and look down. Again, inhale, look up, round your back. Exhale, look down. Make sure your tailbone is tucked in and up again and down. Engage your belly muscles. Making sure you are moving all the way from your upper spine down to the lower spine. Shake it off and come back to a child's pose, but just a short one. And then we'll make some big circles with the hip coming forward and then rounding back down to our heels and again coming forward. You can make big circles here or small circles as you wish, and whenever you feel like there's a spot that's quite tense, just stop there and go back and forth a little bit. This is your practice, so you can modify it the way you like it. And now switch directions, coming forward and back. Good. Try to link your movement with your breath as always. Always trying to do that in yoga. Really nice, big circles. And coming down to a child's pose. And walk yourself forward with your hands and come up to downward facing dog with bent knees on your toes, and then start bicycling your legs. Make sure that your shoulders are rolled in and that your elbows are facing forward. So your lower arms are facing forward and your biceps are rolled in. Bend your knees again and then straighten them. Reach your heels down to the floor, downward facing dog. And in just a second, we'll walk our feet to our hands. Come up to half forward bend with a straight spine, straight legs, and then exhale down to Uttanasana. Slightly round your back if you need to. Micro bend your knees if you need to. Inhale, come all the way up, look up. Hands overhead, and then Namaste Tahi. Nice job. Good. Come to Tadasana with your palms facing forward. Close your eyes, catch your breath. And then inhale, arms overhead, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Come all the way down. Place your hands next to your feet. Micro bend your knees if you need to. Keep your spine straight. Inhale, come up with a straight spine. Exhale, walk your feet back to plank pose and lower yourself all the way down to the floor. Forehead on the floor, hands next to your chest. Inhale to a baby cobra pose. Look forward, keep your shoulders rolled back, make sure they're not creeping up on your ears. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, maybe a higher cobra this time. Make sure your tailbone is tucked in here. Very important to keep your lower back protected in these poses, in these slight back bends. Exhale, come back down. Forehead on the floor, relax. Keep your shoulders away from your ears and your elbows close together. Then reach your arms back to the side of your body and lift up legs and arms and upper body to Shalabhasana. Look in front of you to keep your neck in line with your spine, and exhale, come back down. In a second, we're going to reach our arms back again, clasp our hands this time, and inhale, lift up to Shalabhasana again. Feet are off the floor, upper body is off the floor. We're looking forward and down and relax. We're working on our back muscles here to balance it with our core muscles. If you want to have a strong core, you have to have a strong back as well. Bring your arms to a T and then roll to the right side of your body. This is an intense shoulder stretch. So if you already feel intense stretch here, just stay here. If not, you can also reach your left arm back and clasp it with your right hand. So you've got the option to either stay here if you already feel an intense stretch. If not, you can bend your left knee and place your foot on the floor. This is going to open up your shoulders even more, but please don't push yourself. It's enough if you're already feeling a stretch here. And if you happen to have very flexible and open shoulders already, you can also bend the right knee as well. This is a nice stretch to do any time of the day. If you have tense shoulders, if you're sitting a lot and you're typing on a computer, it's nice to bring those shoulders back behind you to open up that space there. It's a nice warming up sequence. Don't forget to breathe in your stretches, and then slowly come back to a T. One breath here and then roll over to your left side. Either stay here or bring your right arm around, clasp it with the left hand. Takes a while to find it there. So either stay here, it's totally fine if you're already feeling a stretch. You never have to get into a full pose if you feel pain. But if you do want to, then bend the right knee and place your foot onto the floor. Option is to bend the left one as well to really create that space in your shoulders. But please, please be careful. Protect your shoulders. Don't push yourself. This is your practice. You get to know your limits here, and it should never feel pain anywhere. It should feel nice, actually. A stretch should feel nice. Slowly drop your legs down to the floor and release your arms. Feel that open space between your shoulders. And then place your hands in front of you and come into Sphinx pose. So your elbows are flat on the floor in front of you. You're looking forward. Slight back bend here. Your shoulders are rolled back and keep them down. They don't want to be up on your ears, and keep your tailbone tucked in. So you're pushing into the floor with your pelvis here. Keep your lower back protected. Slowly come back down and place your forearms on the floor. Clasp your hands. Make sure your elbows are just shoulder width apart. Tuck your toes, and in a second, inhale and lift up into dolphin plank. Keep your belly muscles engaged, your thighs engaged. Make sure your neck, your spine, and your legs are in line. You want to form a flat line here. Your bum should not be sticking up too high. And breathe. Slowly lower back down. Relax your jaw. Make sure you're not holding any tension in between your eyebrows. Keep looking forward and your shoulders away from your ears, and then tuck your toes again and come up to dolphin plank again. Keep breathing. Just a few more breaths, no worries. Keep your belly muscles engaged. Look down to your hands and focus. Release. Good job. And again, catch your breath. Listen to the birds or the church bells in the background. Again. Okay, I think we're going to come up one more time, but just for a second. Up. And then roll yourself to the right side and reach your left arm up to the sky and look up as well. Side plank. Keep engaging your belly muscles and your thigh muscles. If you're having troubles balancing, you can place one foot in front of the other. And then roll yourself back to dolphin plank for a second and back to side plank on the left side this time. Reach your right arm up and look up. Breathing here, not holding any tension anywhere. Nicely done. Good job. Come back down into dolphin plank for a second and then up to normal plank. Hold it here. Keep your belly muscles engaged. Keep your back straight, very important, and lower yourself all the way down to the floor. Good job, guys. Nicely done. Keep your hands next to your chest and come to a baby cobra pose or a high cobra pose, as you wish. Keep your tailbone tucked into the floor, so keep pushing the pelvis onto your mat. Protect your lower back here. Exhale, come down. Tuck your toes and come to your knees. Keep your knees bent and come up to downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Great job. If this pose is hurting you, you can always stay on your knees. That's totally fine. Downward facing dog should feel relaxing to you. If it doesn't, come to child's pose or down onto your knees to tabletop position. Inhale, step your feet in between your hands, come halfway up, straight spine, straight legs. Exhale, Uttanasana, slightly round your back, micro bend your knees if you need to, and place your hands next to your feet. Inhale, come all the way up with a straight spine, look up, and Namaste here. Come to Tadasana with your palms facing forward. Catch your breath here. And then inhale your arms up again, look up. Exhale all the way down, Uttanasana, forward bend. Place your hands next to your feet. Straighten your legs if you can. Inhale, straight spine, straight legs. Exhale, step back to a plank position. Hold it here for a second and then lower yourself halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog with your thighs off the floor, or if you want, cobra pose. Exhale down to downward facing dog. Make sure hands and knees are in line with shoulders and hips. Come down to tabletop position. Next inhale, reach the right leg back and the left arm forward in front of you, tiger pose. Inhale here and exhale, round your back, bring knee and elbow in. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, come back into a rounded position. Inhale up and exhale again, round your back. And when you're inhaling up, make sure your back stays straight here and you're not arching your back too much. Then bring the left hand down and reach the right foot to the right side of your body. Open up your front of your body by reaching up your right arm up to the sky. Look up and breathe. A slight twist in our upper body. And then bring the right hand back on the floor. The right leg reaches back and then bend the knee again. This time, inhale the left leg up. Stretch behind you and then the right arm extends in front of you. Inhale here and exhale, round your back, bring the knee and elbow in. Exhale again and inhale to a straight spine. Exhale, round your back. Make sure you're not arching your back. We're working on our belly muscles here, opening up hips and shoulders as well. Drop your right hand and reach the left leg to the side. Open up your body slowly by reaching up the left arm to the sky. Slight twist and breathe. Really nice heart opener here. Twisting our spine. And then slowly come back down, place the hand on the mat and then bend the knee again and place it next to the other knee. Bring your hands forward, tuck your toes, come up to downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up, exhale, step it in between your hands. Inhale to high lunge, bring your arms up to the sky. Alright, now tap the knee down to the floor. Inhaling up, exhaling down. If you have problems with your knee, just stay up in high lunge. If not, you can tap the knee and then inhale, bring it forward, up and balance, and then exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale, straighten your right leg. Exhale, bring your foot back behind you into high lunge. Well done. Exhale your arms to the floor and back into downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up this time. Exhale, step it in between your hands and come up into high lunge. Keep your back toe tucked and then whenever you're ready, tap your knee down to the mat. Keep your spine straight, very important, and your tailbone tuck in. We don't want to round our back here. Alright, and then inhale, bring the right leg forward, straighten your left knee, bring it back. Inhale, balance, keep your arms straight as well and engaged. Alright, keep your belly muscles engaged. Balance and bring the foot back, high lunge just for a second and exhale your arms down to the floor. Come into child's pose. Nicely done. Breathe here, catch your breath. Keep your arms extended in front of you. Be grateful for yourself that you're showing up on your mat today and doing something for your mind and your body. You can bring your arms behind you by your heels. Make yourself into a little ball and then come into tabletop position. Prepare to lay down onto your mat. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We're doing some push-ups. So you can either keep your knees onto the floor or tuck your toes and do 1, 2 chaturangas. Nicely done. And then come one more time. And then we'll lower all the way down to the floor. Good job. When you're doing the chaturangas or push-ups, as you may call it, we want to keep our elbows close to our body. Come up to a baby cobra or a high cobra as you wish, or an upward facing dog with our thighs off the floor if you can. And then roll yourself into downward facing dog. Nicely done. In downward facing dog, make sure that your heels are reaching down to the floor. Even if you can't touch the floor with your heels, that's fine. Take your feet as wide as the mat and your hands as well. that provides you more space to open up in between your shoulders. And walk your feet forward to your hands on the side of your mat. Put your feet flat on the floor and come into Malasana, garland pose. So your arms, your elbows want to be pushing against the inside walls of your knees, of your thighs. Keep your hands in prayer pose and straight spine. If this is hurting your knees, you can also stay up a bit higher. You don't have to come down as much. All right, this is open up our hips. Really, really nice pose. You can even stay longer if you need to and pause, or come up to half forward pose with a straight spine and an exhale to a full forward pose with the hands next to your feet. Inhale, come all the way up, reach arms overhead, look up, and then exhale to Namaste, Tahi, and Tadasana, with your palms of your hands facing forward. Catch your breath here. Inhale, come up again, arms overhead. Exhale all the way down, Uttanasana. Inhale, straight spine, straight legs. Exhale, jump or walk back. If you're jumping, land with your elbows bent. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, roll yourself to downward facing dog. Come into dolphin plank. Bring your elbows down to the floor. Clasp your hands and look back to your feet. If this pose is hurting your shoulders or your back, just stay in downward facing dog. Breathe here. Ardha Pinja Mayurasana. Come up to downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, bring it up front to your right tricep. Inhale the leg up again. Exhale in between the arms this time. Inhale the leg up. Exhale, bring it to your left tricep. Inhale up and bring it in between the arms. So keeping our belly muscles engaged. Inhale up and leg to your right tricep. Inhale up and place the foot down. Keep your belly muscles engaged and your spine straight during the whole exercise. Inhale your left leg up this time. Bring it in between the arms. Keeping the knee off the floor. This time to the left tricep. And bring the leg up and then to the right tricep. Almost done. Inhale up. Exhale to the middle. Inhale the leg up. Exhale to the left tricep. Well done. Inhale up and place the foot down to the mat. Bring your right leg in between the arms and come into Warrior Two pose. Front heel is in line with back arch and the back foot should be flat on the floor. Arms are extended and look forward to your right hand. Make sure your thigh muscles are engaged here and breathe. Exhale the right arm overhead and we're just resting our left elbow on our leg here. Reverse warrior and then come up, straighten the right leg. We're preparing for triangle pose. You can shorten your stand if you wish. Reach your right arm forward and then place it anywhere on your lower leg, either on your ankle or anywhere on the shin, never on the knee. Bring your left arm up and look up to the sky, triangle pose. Make sure your upper body is folded over your leg and not in front of you. You want to be in line, leg and upper body. And then come up to Warrior Two again. Look forward just for a second and windmill your arms down to the floor into plank pose. And we'll lower all the way down to the floor. Well done. Keep your elbows close to your body and come up to low cobra or high cobra, or if you wish, upward facing dog with the thighs off the floor. Roll yourself to downward facing dog. Inhale, step the left leg in between the hands and then come up to Warrior Two again. Make sure your thigh muscles are engaged. Front heel is in line with back arch. Look to your left hand. Inhale, bring the left arm overhead to reversed warrior. Just resting the right arm on our back leg here, not supporting it. And then come up, prepare for triangle pose. Straighten your left leg. You can shorten your stand if you wish and then reach your arm forward. Bring your hips back. Make yourself long and then place the left hand on your shin or on your ankle and look up to your right hand. Triangle pose again, making sure that our upper body is folded over our leg. Keeping the belly muscles engaged here as well. Make sure you're able to balance. And then come up to a short warrior two pose. Windmill your hands back to the mat. Come into plank pose. Keep in plank and then lower yourself to chaturanga. Push yourself up. And one more time. Come down and then roll up to upward facing dog with your thighs off the floor. Keep your tailbone tucked in. And then roll yourself to downward facing dog. Good job. Come to a child's pose with your arms extended in front of you. Relax here and breathe. In a second, we'll walk our feet to our hands to Malasana pose, garland pose, with our straight spine and our hands to prayer position, opening up our hips here. And then we'll prepare for Bakasana, crow, placing our hands in front of us, flat on the floor, and our knees as high up on our arms as possible. We're pushing our knees into our arms here and then lifting one leg at a time, looking forward down on the floor. Keep pushing your knees into your elbows. Really important. Keep the balance and come down into Malasana again. Push the backs of your hands together to release any tension in your wrists. Breathing here, and then we'll come up into Bakasana again in just a second. And if you do, make sure that your elbows are slightly bent and that you're placing your body weight not just on your wrists but on your full hand, so also in your fingers, to protect our wrists here a little bit. Keep looking down on the floor and push your knees into your arms. This is an easy version of doing Bakasana. Usually you place your knees in your armpits, but I was wearing very slippery leggings today and I wasn't going to embarrass myself either. So keep balancing here, looking down, slightly rounding your back. Keep your feet lifted and then jump back into plank pose, or if that's too much for you, just walk into plank pose. That's totally fine. Lower yourself all the way down to the floor and just relax. Well done. I know this is not an easy pose, so if you're having troubles with it, just pause the video and try again. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me anytime. Place your arms to the side of your body and then come up with the right hand in front of you and reach the left arm back and grab your left foot. Bend the left knee. We're stretching our front quadricep here. Well done. Relax. Stretching a bit here after that hard pose. Good job though. And then place the foot back down. Reach back to your right foot this time. Stretch your right quadricep and breathe. We're lowering our heart rate again here, making sure we're not holding any tension in our face. Not between the eyebrows nor in the jaw. Catching our breath here and come back down. Come up to tabletop and then stretch into downward facing dog. Walk your feet forward. Half forward bend and then lower yourself all the way. Uttanasana. And inhale, come up with a straight spine. Reach your hands overhead. Look up and Samasthiti here. Bring your hands down, palms facing forward, Tadasana. Now find a spot to focus on in front of you and grab your right toe with your right index and middle finger. You can either stay here and balance or extend the right leg in front of you. Keep it straight, hold on to your toe to Padahasta Padangushtasana. Keep your left leg straight and engaged. Look forward, straight spine, engage your belly muscles, and then lift the leg, kick, and bring it back down to the floor. Well done. Balance again. Reach to your left toe this time, holding your toe with your left index and middle finger. Extend it forward, keep your spine straight, both legs straight. Breathe. Or just stay up and balance with the bent knee, that's totally fine. Let go of your toe. Keep your leg lifted and then kick up and release. Well done. Shake it off a bit. Breathing, and then reach up, look up, and exhale, come halfway forward, this time with your arms extended in front of you. Make sure your hips are over your heels, not too far back, and then lower yourself. Grab your toes again, both toes at the same time with middle finger and ring finger. I'm sorry, middle finger and index finger. And then fold yourself forward. Yeah, pull yourself down. If you can't reach your toes, that's fine, and just keep your hands on your shins. That's also fine. And then come up with a straight spine, reach overhead, and Namaste. Tadasana, palms of your hands facing forward. Breathe, and then inhale, come up again. And lower yourself halfway down, extending with the arms and coming all the way down again. This time we're placing our hands underneath our feet, so we're giving our wrists a nice stretch. Again, if you can't reach all the way down, that's fine, and place your hands on your shins. Make sure that your legs are straight, or micro bend your knees, that's also okay. And if you can reach your hands underneath your feet, you're allowed to round your back slightly. Come halfway up, straight spine, straight legs. Place your hands on the floor and jump back. Land with your elbows, bend if you're jumping. Come up to upward facing dog, inhale, and exhale to downward facing dog. Jump forward in between your hands, cross leg position, and then come to Dandasana with your legs extended in front of you, your toes pointing up to the sky. Bend your right leg. Place your foot next to your thigh. Reach your right arm behind you. Lift the left arm up. Breathe in, and then exhale and twist. Bring the left arm on the right side of your right knee. Make sure you're twisting from your upper body here, from your thoracic spine. We want to keep the lumbar spine in line with our pelvis, so to protect our lower back. Then come back down. Bend the left knee, reach the right arm up, and twist to the left side. Well done. Ardha Matsyendrasana, half lord of the fishes pose. It's a nice easy twist. Again, making sure we're twisting from the upper spine, not from the lower spine. Come back down. We'll prepare for bridge, I believe. So come down, keep your knees bent, make sure your heels, you can touch your heels with your hands almost. Next inhale, lift your hips up. You can either leave your arms to the side of your body or clasp your hands behind you and roll your shoulders under. Very important not to move the neck in this pose. Keep looking up to protect your neck. And lift your hips, slight back bend here, and then exhale down to the floor. Open up your knees, keep your feet together, and just breathe here. Now you can either come up to another bridge, or you can prepare for full wheel pose, but please only do that if you have done it before. It's not a beginner's thing. So place your wrist, your hands next to your head, next to your ears, and your heels close to your butt, hips width apart, and then come up on your head, and then push yourself up to full wheel pose, Urdhva Dhanurasana. If you feel any sharp pain in your back at all, please come back down right away. Bring your chin into your chest. Bend your elbows and slowly roll yourself down. Make sure your head is protected at all times. Keep your knees bent and then hug your knees into your chest. Breathing here, rolling yourself side to side and back and forth to give your lower back a little massage. You can pause the video here if you like and try to do that again, but please be careful. If you have not done it before, maybe do it in pairs. Right, bend the left knee and bring it over to the right side. Place your right hand on top of your knee. Extend the left arm sideways and look to your left hand. Try to keep your shoulders on the floor. It's a nice upper body twist at the end of our practice. Lowering the heart rate now, and then come back up and switch. Bend the right knee and bring it over to the left side. Leave the left hand placed on your right knee and look to your right hand. Keep your shoulders on the floor. Nice upper back twist, spinal twist. Well done today. I know this was not an easy class, but look at you showing up onto your mat again. It's great that you're doing something for yourself during these times, quarantining at home. I hope you also get to spend some time outside, maybe even do yoga outside. Good. So now we're coming to Shavasana, our final pose. Just relax, place your hands next to the side of your body, close your eyes, come to a normal breath, and listen to the birds. How nice. And while you're here, still relaxing, don't fall asleep. Remember that loving yourself is so important, and this is something you need to focus on because you'll be spending a lot of time with yourself. And by doing yoga, you're already taking the first step of accomplishing that goal because you are doing something for your mind and your body, getting to know your limits. That is a good sign that you're willing to work on falling in love with yourself. Come to the side of your body and push yourself up to a seated position. Keep your eyes closed. And Namaste. Thank you for showing up today. I hope you liked the class. Feel free to contact me with any questions, or if you want to work on a specific pose or parts of your body, just shoot me an email. Thank you for showing up, and see you next time.